I am Reed, just a normal 27-year-old guy talking about building wealth and getting your life together in your 20s. Honestly, I am still processing this past week. 2 days ago was my girlfriend and I's anniversary, and I, being the gentleman I am, booked us a Michelin star restaurant. It was an experience. I mean, the food was something. I would not exactly say it was better than a good old McDonald's cheeseburger, but that is just me. And then because the universe loves a good laugh, I chipped my tooth halfway through dinner, so if I sound a little off, a little lisp, now you know why. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow to fix it. Because unlike some of you, I deal with my problems. I do not just complain about them anyway. That is my life update, which is far more interesting than most of your weekend plans, I imagine. But I wanted to talk about something that has been grating on my nerves, a topic I see everywhere, especially as I continue to build my own financial foundation. And look at ways to increase my income. There is so much negativity. So much misguided anger directed at the humble 9 to 5, and I am here to drop a hot take, a scorching, undeniable truth. It is perfectly fine. Absolutely, unequivocally. Okay, to build wealth working a 9 to 5 job. I said it, I know. You are probably in shock, clutching your pearls, because some internet guru told you that you are a wage slave, a corporate drone, if you do not quit your job and start a dropshipping empire tomorrow. But let me tell you, that is a lie, a seductive, profitable lie for the people selling you courses and dreams. We live in this bizarre era of content creation, advertising, and constant internet noise, where every other video, every other post, especially if you are seeking financial freedom, screams at you to ditch your conventional job, to become your own boss, to launch a business, e-commerce, TikTok shop, YouTube, whatever the latest shiny object is. And sure, for a tiny, tiny fraction of people, that works. I mean, I know some folks who genuinely crush it with drop shipping or vending machines or Airbnbs or whatever the side hustle du jour is. Good for them, truly, but let us be brutally honest here, for the vast majority of you, that path is a highway to burnout and financial ruin. The grind set mentality. This idea that you must sacrifice everything, quit your job, be an entrepreneur, is often just an excuse for people to feel superior while leading others down a risky, unsustainable road. It is this toxic narrative that if you are working for someone else, you are a wage slave. Wasting your life away, absolute nonsense. And let me be clear, not every job is toxic. Not every corporation is a soulless entity out to get you. Some of us, believe it or not, actually enjoy the structure, the predictability, the consistent paycheck, the knowing exactly when to clock in and out, the ability to plan vacations without stressing about the next sale. That stability, that consistent cash flow, it is a foundation, a launching pad that most of these entrepreneur types would kill for. The real question is not whether you have a 9 to 5, but how you are using it. Are you being intentional? Are you making your 9 to 5 work for you? Not the other way around. So let us get into it. There is this absurd statistic. I am probably inflating or deflating it because I do not bother with exact numbers, but something like 85% of kids these days want to be content creators or YouTubers. I get it, the allure is strong, but it is not realistic. It is not sustainable for everyone, and anyone telling you otherwise is selling you a fantasy. You can absolutely be financially free, build an amazing life, have a solid financial foundation, and achieve work-life balance, all while working a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. You just need to change your mindset. Think of your job, your 9 to 5, as an investment vehicle. It provides consistent income that is obvious. With that consistent income, you can budget, you can plan, and most importantly, you can invest. I mean, my current job, for instance, offers a 6% 401k match. That is free money, people, free money. You would be an absolute idiot not to take advantage of that. I also have health insurance, which is not something you just magically acquire when you are your own boss. These are massive benefits, tangible assets that allow me to fund my Roth IRA, to invest in other ventures, even to dabble in a side hustle if I chose to, without putting my entire financial well-being at risk. You do not have to choose between a corporate job and building wealth. You can do both. You just have to stay focused. You just have to stay disciplined. And yes, that means resisting the urge to chase every single get-rich-quick scheme that flashes across your feed. Because complexity is a status signal for people who want to feel smart but stay poor. Simple, boring, consistent actions are what actually build wealth. Trust me on this. Now, here's my checklist for a good 9 to 5, the kind that will actually accelerate your wealth. First, a clear promotional ladder. I am a hard worker, I am driven, and I want to move up. The company I am with, everyone, from assistant vice presidents to the CEO, started from the ground up. That shows a clear path, a tangible reward for consistent effort. If your company has that, that is a huge win, because it means your effort is directly correlated with your financial progression. You are not just treading water, you are actively moving forward. Second, you have to enjoy what you do, or at least not despise it. I am in data analytics, I like numbers, I like money, I like solving problems with data, I genuinely enjoy my work, and I am constantly learning, constantly making actionable decisions that benefit the company. That means I am not just clocking in and out, I am engaged, I am growing, and I am earning money to fund my future. future. I am investing 51% of my income every single week. That is financial freedom, disguised as a 9 to 5. People just do not recognize it because of the stigma. They are too busy looking for the next big thing to notice. The goldmine right under their noses. This is literally what financial freedom looks like: a steady income, consistent saving, and smart investing. It is not glamorous, but it is effective and it works. Third, work-life balance. If your 9 to 5 means you never see your family, never have time for yourself, then yes, maybe you need to find a different company. But many companies like mine offer excellent work-life balance. They understand that life happens, that you have commitments outside of work that is crucial for long-term sustainability and for your sanity. Because what is the point of being rich if you are miserable, if you are constantly stressed, if you have no time to enjoy the fruits of your labor? A good work life balance is not a luxury, it is a necessity, a non-negotiable, and finally, work for a stable, performing company. My company has been around since, I think, 1965. It has weathered economic downturns, recessions, pandemics, everything, and it continues to thrive. That gives me security, the knowledge that my job is not going anywhere. That stability is a form of wealth in itself. It allows for consistent, boring, disciplined saving and investing, which is the only real path to financial freedom. You cannot build a skyscraper on quicksand, and you cannot build lasting wealth on unstable income. So have this checklist for your 9 to 5, or if you are looking for one. If it is a company you like with a good culture that supports you, then there is absolutely nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. You do not need to feel bad. You do not need to feel insecure. You are doing exactly what you should be doing, building wealth in a sustainable, predictable manner. You see, the name of my channel, Slow Stack Society, it is not just a catchy phrase, it is my philosophy. I am playing the long game. Do I want to retire early? Of course. Do I want more flexibility? Absolutely. Do I want to be a millionaire tomorrow from some viral TikTok? Sure, why not? But the reality, the brutal, uncomfortable reality is that is probably not going to happen. And I am okay with that. I have set realistic expectations for myself. I am not in a rush to blow up my financial foundation chasing some unrealistic fantasy, because those fantasies usually end in tears. And I do not have time for tears. I am focused on growing in my role, on learning valuable skills, on consistently saving and investing. That is the boring, unsexy truth of wealth creation. Those two things, my job and my consistent financial habits, are the bedrock of my financial foundation outside of my 9 to 5. I am focused on saving and investing consistently, on building my wealth by utilizing the consistent income and benefits that my job provides, right? Now, if you think about it this way, if I started a business, which I have never wanted to do, it is just not something that interests me personally. But let us say I did. I probably would not have any money for at least the first few years, maybe even longer, to invest or to save. Most of my money, if not all of it, would be poured back into the business. And yes, that could be a good thing if it is successful, or a very bad thing if it fails, but even if it is successful, you are not working a 9 to 5 anymore. You are working 12 to 14 hours a day, maybe more. Just to keep the thing running, for example, I used to work at a coffee shop, and I loved the owner. He was a great guy. He wanted to get out of the system. He wanted to be his own boss, so he started a coffee shop. And this dude worked 20 hard days, literally just to make sure the coffee shop was running as perfectly as possible, and he was making maybe $50,000 a year. I am not hating on him. He was an awesome mentor. I learned a lot from him. I even worked 10-horse shifts with him sometimes just because I wanted to see him succeed, but I am just saying there is this huge stigma right now. And a lot of it, I believe, stems from social media, this idea that we should hate our 9 to 5s, that we should hate working for people, that we should always want to be our own bosses. And while I think wanting to be your own boss and creating your own success is a great mindset, it is not the only path, and it is certainly not the easiest path. If you are working a 9 to 5 and you feel like you are doing something wrong because some online personality told you it is not a good path, please know you are not doing anything wrong. You are building wealth at your own pace, and that is perfectly okay. You should be doing that. And if you are not, you can start stacking slow and smart right now. Today, if your current job, your 9 to 5 or corporate job, funds your peace, funds your growth, funds your family, and potentially your long-term goals, then that is a win-win for you. You should feel so incredibly happy and secure that you have a job that supports you in that way. And yes, I know there are a lot of people out there who hate their 9 to 5s, and I get that. That is why I said earlier, maybe look at different companies. But if you can find a company that meets those checklists, that lets you spend time with your family, that has a good culture, that has a clear promotional path, and at the same time you are building your own wealth, stacking your money, investing, saving, funding your growth, funding your long-term goals, that is a win-win. Do not let social media rush you. Do not feel like you need to be rushed. I am here to tell you that you do not need to be rushed. And I know it is hard. I am 27 now. And when I see these 22-year-olds talking about how they just bought a Lamborghini, I am like, man, am I late to the game? But in reality, I am not. I am moving at my own pace, and that is okay. There is no one right way to win. We are all just trying to build with intention. That is it. We are all trying to win together. We are all trying to build with intention, and it is a long, slow process that eventually, hopefully, will pay off for all of us. So, thanks for watching. Drop a comment with your job path. You do not have to tell me what company you work for, but maybe if you like your 9 to 5, if you work a 9 to 5, if you work a corporate job. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. I know this is a hot topic. I know a lot of people do not agree with this nowadays, but I personally am one who agrees with it. I think there is something to be said for working for a corporation with a promotional path upwards that has a good work-life balance and that, is going to succeed. So let me know what you guys think about that, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.